Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my obeisances.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Dev
Mataji,
Dandavat
Mataji.
Pranam, Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Om
Mataji.
Pranam.
Good evening.
Hare Krishna. Let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jyaudirayet Ashtaprasya Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter number 21. We're starting the new chapter today, the movements of the sun. This chapter is difficult for me, so tolerate me. We will read the summary and then we'll read first 3 verses. The movements of the sun. This chapter informs us of the movements of the sun. The sun is not stationary. It is also moving like the other planets. The sun's movements determine the duration of night and day. When the sun travels north of the equator, it moves slowly during the day and very quickly at night, thus increasing the duration of the daytime and decreasing the duration of night. Similarly, when the sun travels south of the equator, the exact opposite is true. The duration of the day decreases and the duration of night increases. When the sun enters Karkata Rashi, Cancer, and then travels to Simha Rashi, Leo, and so on through Dhanu Rashi, Sagittarius. Its course is called Dakshinayana, the southern way. And when the sun enters Makara Rashi, Capricorn, and thereafter travels through Kumbha Rashi, Aquarius, and so on through Mithun Rashi, Gemini, its course is called Uttarayana, the northern way. When the sun is in Mesh Rashi, Aries, and Tula Rashi, Libra, the duration of day and night are equal. On Manasotara mountain are the abodes of 4 demigods. East of Sumeru mountain is Devadhani, where King Indra lives. South of Sumer is Samyamani, the abode of Yamaraj, the superintendent of death. Similarly, west of Sumeru is Nimlochani, the abode of Varun, the demigod who controls the water. And north of Sumeru is Vibhavari, where the demigod of the moon lives. Sunrise, noon, sunset, and midnight occur in all these places because of the movements of the sun. Diametrically opposite the place where the sunrise takes place and the sun is seen by human eyes, the sun will be setting and passing away from human vision. Similarly, the people residing diametrically opposite the point where it is midday will be experiencing midnight. The sun rises and sets with all other planets headed by the moon and other luminaries. The entire Kal Chakra or wheel of time is established on the wheel of the sun god's chariot. This wheel is known as Samavatsara. The 7 horses pulling the chariot of the sun are known as Gayatri, Bhriti, Ushnik, Jagati, Trishtup, Anushtup, and Pankti. These are harnessed by a demigod known as Arundev to a yoke 9 lakh yojans wide. Oh my God. Thus the chariot carries Aditya Dev, the sun god, always staying in front of the sun god, and offering their prayers are 60,000 sages known as Valikhilyas. There are 14 Gandharvas, Apsaras, and other demigods who are divided into 7 parties and who perform ritualistic activities every month to worship the super soul through the sun god according to different names. Thus the sun travels through the universe for a distance of, I don't know, tell me what is that? 1,000, 10,000 lakh. 9 crore 51 lakh yojans. Oh, lakh. 7 billion 6 million 8 lakh miles at a speed of 16,004 miles at every moment. Who would do this math? All right, Sri Shukha. So whichever doesn't have a puppet, I'll read the shloka and translation, okay? But you will read verse 3. So if you want to read, you can please raise your hand. श्रीशुक उवाच एतावन् एव भूवलस्य वलस्य वलस्य सन्निवेशा प्रमाण लक्षणतो व्याख्यातः. Translation by Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadeva Goswami said, "My dear king, I have thus far described the diameter of the universe, 50 crores of yojan or 4 billion miles, and its general characteristics according to the estimations of learned scholars. एतेना हि दिवो मण्डला मानां तद्विदा उपदिशन्ति यथा द्विदलयोर्निष्पावदानीनां ते अन्तरेणा अन्तरिक्षं तदुभयाशं Translation by Prabhupada. As a grain of wheat is divided into two parts, and one can estimate the size of the upper part by knowing that of the lower, so expert geographers instruct one can understand the measurements of the upper part of the universe by knowing those of the lower part. The sky between the earthly sphere and heavenly sphere is called Antariksh or outer space. It adjoins the top of the sphere of earth and the bottom of that of heaven. Okay. Shubha Rao Prabhuji, go ahead please.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यन्मध्यगतो भगवान् स्तपताम् पतिस्तपन आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतपत्यवभासयत्यात्मभाषा स एष उदगयन दक्षिणायन वैषु वत संज्ञाभिर्यान्द्य सैघ्य समानाभिर्गतिभिरारोहणानरोहणा समानस्थानेषु यथा सवनमभिपद्यमानो मकरादिषु राशिष्वशो रात्राणि दीर्घहरस्व समानानि विधन्ते। हरे कृष्ण।
Krishna. Madhumai Krishna, Kanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यन्मध्यगतो भगवान् तपतां पतिस्तपना आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रत्यपत्यवभासयत्यात्मभासा स एष उदगयन दक्षिणायन वैषुवता संज्ञाभिर्मान्द्यशैग्र्या समानाभिर्गतिभिरारोहण अवरोहण समानस्थानेषु यथा समनम् अभिपद्यमानो मकरादिषु राशिषु अहोरात्राणि दीर्घह्रस्व समानानि विधत्ते। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you, Krishna. Pran Nandini Madhavi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। प्रणाम माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यन्मध्यगत भगवान् तपस्तन्पतिः तपनः तपेन त्रिलोकं प्रतपतिः अभ्यपश्यति आत्मभासस एष उदगायनः दक्षिण आयनः वैसुवतः समज्ञभिः मन्द्य सौग्र्य समानभिः गतिभिः आरोहण अवरोहण समानः स्थानेषु यथा सवनम् अभिपद्यमानः मकर आदिषु राशिषु अहोरात्राणि दीर्घह्रस्वः समानानि विद्यते। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू माता जी।
Thank you, Krishna. Chitramohini Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यन्मध्यगतो भगवान् स्तपतां पतिस्तपन आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतपत्यवभासयात्मात्म भासा स एष उदगायन दक्षिणायन वैश्यवात संघाभ्रिमां द्रष्टैज्ञा समानाभिर्गतिभारो आरोहण अवरोहण समास्थानेषु यथा सवनं विपद्यमानो मकरादिषु राशिष्टहोरात्राणि दीर्घ अश्वसमनानि विधत्ते। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Thank
थैंक यू।
you. Usha Devati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। यत्मत्ये गथा भगवान् तपतं पतिः अपन आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतापति अवभाष्यति आत्मभाषा सा एषा उदागयन दक्षिणायन वैशुवत संज्ञानभि मध्य सैगिर्य समानभि गतिभिः आरोहण अवरोहण समान स्थानेषु यथा समनम् अभिपदिमानः मकर आदिषु राशिषु सहन अहारात्राणि दृग ऋषभ समानानि विदते। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Krishna. Pushpa Yashamati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। यन्मध्ये कदो बहवां स्तवतां परिस्तवनादपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रदपति अवपासयति आत्मपासात् स एष उदकयन् दक्षिणायन वैशुवत संजाभिर् मन्त्ये सैक्रूय समानाभिर्गतिभिर् आरोहण अवरोहण समानस्थानेषु यदा सवनम् अभिपद्यमानो महरादिषु अहोरात्राणि दीर्घह्रस्व समानानि विदत्ते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank
थैंक
you.
यू माताजी। हरे
Madhumati
कृष्ण।
Blasni Mataji. Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। यत्मध्य गतः भगवान् तपतां पतिः तपन आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतपत्यवयभासयत्यात्मभासा स एष उदगयन दक्षिणायन वैशुवत संज्ञाभिमान्ध्यैष घ्रय समाना विगति अभिरोहण आरोहण समानस्थानेषु यथा सवनम् अभिपद्यमानो मकरादिषु राशिषु अवरोहरात्राणि दीर्घ हि स्व समानानि विद्यते। थैंक यू माता
Thank
जी।
you.
हरे कृष्ण।
Venkat Narasimha Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
यन्मध्यगतो भगवान् स्तपतां पतिस्तपन अतिपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतपति उभासयति आत्मभासा स एष उदगयन दक्षिणायन वैश्वत संज्ञाभिर्मध्यं शैघ्र समानाभि गतिभिः आरोहण समानस्थानेषु यथा सवनम् अभिपद्यमानो मकरादिराशिषु अहोरात्राणि दीर्घरस्य समानि युदत्ते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you, Krishna. Anjali Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। यत् मध्यगतः भगवान् तपतं पतिः तपनः आतपेन त्रिलोकीं प्रतपति अवभासयति आत्मभासा स एष उपगयन दक्षिणायन वैशुवत संज्ञाभिः अद्य शैघ्य समान अभिगतिभिः आरोहण अवरोहण समान स्थानेषु यथा सवनम् अधिपद्यमानः मकर आदिषु राशिषु अहोरात्राणि दीर्घरस्व समानति विधत्ते। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Krishna. Yanmadhyagato bhagavam stapatam patistapana आतपेन त्रिलोकिं प्रतापति अवभाषयति आत्मभाषा स एषा उद्गयना दक्षिणायना वेशुवता संज्ञाभिर्मन्द्या सैघ्रया समानाभिर्गतिभिररोहणा अवरोहणा समाना स्थानेषु यथा सवनम् अभिपद्यमानो मकरादिषु राशिष्व अहोरात्राणि दीर्घा ऋषवा समनानि विधत्ते Yat of which the intermediate space, Madhyagataha, being situated in the middle, Bhagavan, the most powerful, Tapatim, Patihi, the master of those that heat the whole universe, Tapanaha, the sun, Atapena, by heat, Trilokim, the three worlds, Pratapati, heats, Avabhashyati, lights, Atmabhasha, by its own illuminating rays, Saha, that, Esha, the sun globe, Udgayana, of passing to the northern side of the equator, Dakshinayana, of passing to the southern side of the equator, Veshuvat, or by passing to the equator, Samgyabhi, by different names, Mandaya, characterized by slowness, Sagraya, swiftness, Samanabhi, and by equality, Gatibhi, by movement, Arohana, of rising, Avarohana, of going down, Saman, or of staying in the middle, Sthaneshu, in positions, Yatha Savanam, according to the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Abhipadhaya Manaha, moving, Makaradishu, headed by the sign Makar, Capricorn, Rashishu, in different signs, Aharatrani, the days and nights, Dirgha, long, Rishva, short, Samanani, equal, Vidyate, makes. Translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada Shabad Ki Jai. In the midst of the region of outer space, Antariksh is the most opulent sun, the king of all planets that emanate heat, such as the moon. By the influence of its radiation, the heat travels the universe and maintains its proper order. It also gives light to help all living entities see. When passing toward the north, toward the south, or through the equator, in accordance with the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is said to move slowly, swiftly, or moderately. According to its movements in rising above, going beneath, or passing through the equator, and correspondingly coming in touch with various signs of zodiac headed by Makara, Capricorn, days and night are short, long, or equal to one another. Purport by His Divine Grace Prabhupada Shabad Ki Jai. Lord Brahma prays in Brahma Samhita, 5th chapter, verse 52. Yachakshureva savita sakala grihanam raja samashta suramurti rashesha teja yasyagna brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the Premier Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose control even the sun, which is considered to be the eye of the Lord, rotates within the fixed orbit of eternal time. The sun is the king of all planetary systems and has unlimited potency in heat and light. Although the sun is described as Bhagavan, the most powerful, and although it is actually the most powerful planet within the universe, it nevertheless has to carry out the order of Govinda, Krishna. The sun cannot deviate even an inch from the orbit designated to him. Therefore, in every sphere of life, the supreme order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is carried out. The entire material nature carries out his orders. However, we foolishly see the activities of material nature without understanding the supreme order and the supreme person behind them. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti. The material nature carries out the orders of the Lord, and thus everything is maintained in an orderly way. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gada Mahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karna Sindhu Teen Bandhu Jagatpate Gope Esha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasite Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priyai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Mam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Dharine. The movements of the sun. Sukadeva Goswami said, "My dear king, I have thus far described the diameter of the universe, 50 crores of yojan or 4 billion miles, and its general characteristics according to the estimations of learned scholars. As a grain of wheat is divided into two parts, and one can estimate the size of the upper part by knowing that of the lower, so expert geographers instruct one can understand the measurements of the upper part of the universe by knowing those of the lower part. The sky between the earthly sphere and heavenly sphere is called Antariksh or outer space. It adjoins the top of the sphere of earth and the bottom of that of heaven. In the midst of that region of the outer space, Antariksh is the most opulent sun, the king of all the planets that emanate heat, such as the moon. By the influence of its radiation, the sun heats the universe and maintains its proper order. It also gives light to help all living entities see. While passing through the north toward the south or through the equator in accordance with the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is said to move slowly, swiftly, or moderately. According to its movements in rising above, going beneath, or passing through the equator, and correspondingly coming in touch with various signs of zodiac headed by Makara, Capricorn, days and nights are short, long, or equal to one another. Okay, I have an image. We are reading from 5th canto, the creative impetus, movement of the sun. And this is the image. So we have this, we'll go from inside out. Jambudweep, right? You see on this side, Jambudweep, and all these are different dweepas. And then we studied about the last dweep was Pushkar Dweep. And in Pushkar Dweep, there is a Manasotra mountain, right? This is the Manasotra mountain, the black dotted line, all right? And so Manasotra mountain is situated in the middle of the Pushkar Dweep. You see my arrow, my pointer? This is my pointer. So this black thing is a Manasotra mountain, which is situated in the middle of the Pushkar Dweep. And some places in the Pushkar, in the Manasotra mountain, are the situations of 4 different planets or different demigods. So this is north, south, east, and west. On the northern side is the sun planet. Western side is the Samyami or board of Yamaraj. Eastern side is the Devadhani or the board of Indra. And the southern side, which is number 2, is Samyami, or I'm sorry, southern is the mode of Yamaraj. Northern is mode of, northern is the board of Vibhavari or moon. Okay, east is Devadhani or Indra, and west is Nimalochana or abode of Varun. So where is sun? Sun is orbiting here in this. This is sun's orbit in the Manasotra mountain. Now the question is, where is the Antariksh, right? Because Antariksh is at the touching the upper sphere of the earth and the lower sphere of the upper planetary system or heavenly planets. Let's see if we have that image of Antariksh. I have it in the other book. I don't know if we can show it here. So we can only sit down at our respective places and try to understand what Krishna has done in this universe. It is so complex and well organized. Complex and well organized. So we cannot say that there is nobody. This is Sun God. Okay, this is Sun God, and his chariot is driven by Arun Dev, and there are 7 horses, and names of the horses are given, and the size of the wheel is that, I don't know how many billions of miles is the size of the wheel and of the chariot of the sun god. So I'm trying to look for Antariksh. I guess I'll bring the photo tomorrow. I have it in the other book. That where is Antariksh. So Prabhupada is explaining, it's not coming here. Prabhupada is explaining that the sun is the most powerful of all the planets in the universe. The most powerful planet is the sun, and it is giving heat and light to all of the planets in one universe. Each universe has its own sun. And our days and night are divided by the movement of the sun. When it is with respect to the equator, if the sun is traveling north, then the days are longer. If the sun is traveling, and it's called Uttarayana. If the sun is traveling south, the days are shorter, and it is called, what is it called as? Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Okay, and then how, when it is crossing over its orbit, how it is passing to different zodiacs. And the first zodiac is headed by Capricorn or Makara Rashi. So, and the movements, the seven sargams which are generated from the movement of the sun around its orbit. But the bottom line is that it is such a powerful planet, but it cannot move an inch from its orbit. It has to follow a particular pattern because that's the order of Krishna. So even the more, so what does it mean? The more we follow the order of Krishna and not deviate, the higher we go. No, how can somebody become a sun god? If we can become a sun god, we can become Brahma, but depending on how strictly are we following the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how strictly we want to serve and not deviate. That way, Krishna will give us the responsibility based on what our dedication and surrender is like. Okay. Now, somebody can say that, oh, this is all an imagination, but it is not an imagination because it is a fact studied by modern scientists also, that how the days and nights, or right now, if you are sitting in India, the sun is rising, right? Yeah? It's rising? Is it rising in India right now?
Yes,
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Mataji.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So I am sitting diametrically opposite, right? If you look like America is diametrically opposite to India, and the sun is setting right now. Yeah. So that's what it says there in the introduction, that if the human eyes, if the sun is rising at one place, diametrically opposite side it is setting. And if it is midday at some place, diametrically opposite it is midnight. That's what exactly happens here. So the movement of the sun decides, and the movement is governed by an orbit, and the orbit is made up of eternal time factor. So basically, the sunrise and the sunsets are counted in our lives. How much of them are we going to see? And it is stated somewhere else in Srimad Bhagavatam that, I think it's the second canto, I don't remember the verse though, the number, that in a non-devotee's life, with every sunrise and every sunset, the duration of life is reduced. With every sunrise and every sunset. But in a devotee's life, with every sunrise and every sunset, the movement towards Krishna's abode is becoming manifested. We're moving towards Krishna more and more. So intricately, our life is controlled, and still the mind makes us believe very strongly that I am independent. I can do whatever I want to do with my life, but we're not independent at all. Only independence we have is desire. What can I desire? There's no other independence. Where am I going to take myself next? Where are the legs going to go? What kind of life I'm going to lead? Okay, but everything else, we are dependent. So this is Krishna's power. Now one can say that Sukadeva Goswami is going to leave his body in 7 days, and he's been explained the movement of the sun. Yes, to a dying person will not be so interested in movement of the sun, but it's not about the movement of the sun. It's about the presence of Krishna everywhere. It's not just because it is emphasized that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how he is intricately controlling everything in this whole world. So a devotee actually feels very assured that I will never be left alone. They say that loneliness is such a bad disease that it is even worse than smoking 30 cigarettes a day. Somebody feels lonely, it is such a bad disease. It's worse than smoking 30 cigarettes a day. That's the analysis. So a devotee of Krishna with these information and from the Shastras and convictions given to us actually make us fully realize or give us an understanding that I am never lonely because Krishna is everywhere. He is everywhere. His control is everywhere. Okay, even if I'm lonely, then pray to Krishna for a good association. Krishna will send good association. We don't have to succumb to our sadness and loneliness, but also glorify that Krishna is so nice. Krishna is so powerful. There is nobody else who can have such powers other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But his pure devotees have more power than him. Okay, I'll tell one pastime. Okay, but his heart is still full of love and is yearning for each one of us. So he's making arrangements to claim us no matter what we do, no matter where we go. He's constantly thinking and figuring out the ways by which we can go back to him. So such a strong personality, supreme personality, so powerful, but so loving. For each one of us individually, that's God. Okay, that's why Ekala Ishwar Krishna, Aroha Bhrita, is only Krishna. Only Krishna can do this. There is no one else. Only Krishna. So Krishna is so loving, Krishna is so inviting, Krishna is so soft-hearted that despite of having all these powers, and he's displaying all these powers day in and day out in front of us, but he is still giving us this is nothing, you just come to me. Just come to me, you will be safe. But Krishna's pure devotees are more powerful. You know, there's a pastime, I'm going tangential now, but there's a pastime I just thought of that I heard a few days ago in a lecture. One day Krishna was playing, just to show that how Krishna's pure devotees are more powerful than Krishna, that Krishna was playing with his friends, okay? And the deal was that whoever loses the game will have to carry the winning party on their back as a sack. So that was the deal. So Krishna's party lost. So the other party, the boys, the Gopa said, okay, now carry us. Krishna said, I'm not going to carry. But the boy said, no, you have to carry us. This was the deal of the game. You have to carry us. And Krishna was like, no, I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. And they said, no, tired, nothing. We play every day. You have to carry us on your back. All right, then Krishna says, but I am the son of Nand Maharaj, so I cannot carry you. And the boy said, son of Nand Maharaj? What is the problem in that? What is the big deal? Nand Maharaj only has few more cows than our fathers. That is the only difference. There is no other difference. So you have to carry us on your back. Carry us. So then Krishna says something which he has never said anything. He says, I'm God. And the boys are like, come on, Krishna, come on, don't give this kind of excuses. Krishna says, no, I'll show you I'm God. He says, no, come on, Krishna, just seal the deal, just carry us. He says, no, I'm God. So Krishna takes his friends and takes them to Vaikuntha. And in Vaikuntha is like 400 form of Krishna. And all the devotees are worshipping Krishna with awe and reverence. And there is big worship offered, big opulence. They all are singing so melodious Vedic recitations. And these Vrindavan Vasis, they see and they get bewildered. And they start singing Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal. What is the song? Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal. What is the bhajan? You know this bhajan? Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal. Ji doesn't even know. So anyway, they start singing Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal. And the Vedic Shrutis, which are offering very complex mantras to Krishna in Vaikuntha, say that, what are you singing, huh? All these folk songs you're singing in Vaikuntha? Sing something Sanskrit, sing the melodious verses to offer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then they all get very confused and bewildered. Where have we come? And they just cry out, Krishna, please take us out from here. Krishna brings them back. And they all come back to the Vrindavan where they were before the conversation was going on. And the boys were like, all right, Krishna, all right, we'll let you go today. Don't carry us. But tomorrow you have to carry us. You see, so this is the pastime that goes on with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and pure devotees, that Krishna is so powerful, more powerful even sun, more powerful even Brahma, more powerful from any, even, there's no comparison. Krishna has no comparison, but his heart is yearning for each one of us. He wants us to come back. And it's for sure. Otherwise, we wouldn't be given this human form of life. The very fact that we have been given the human form of life, the very fact that we have come in touch with the bona fide parampara and the scriptures, the very fact that we have come in touch with the holy name is a proof of Krishna's yearning and wait for each one of us individually. So in this chapter, meditate, yes, Krishna is powerful, yes, how Sun God is operating under Krishna's supervision, but also try to relish Krishna's love for us. Okay, and then try to get the idea that I'm lonely. I'm nowhere lonely. The only thing is I don't have a perception. So the gap is I have to develop that perception that I'm actually Krishna's, nobody else. I belong to Krishna. And that's very happy place to be. I think